In today's video, we're going to talk about habits. How you can set up a new habit, how you can configure a habit so it's set up the way that you want it, including how often you're planning to do it and the time of day. And I'll also show you how you can set the system so you can view your habits in the Today view. Hello, I'm Joshua Best. Alright, so to get started today, I'm going to go into the Habits section of TickTick. So I will click the habit icon over here on the left side navigation menu. You can see I don't have any habits right now, so I'm going to add a new one by clicking the plus button up here in the upper right. And I'm going to start off just by creating a very simple habit, just to see how easy it is to get started. So I'm going to call this one Read 10 Pages, because I want to read 10 pages every day. And I can change this icon by clicking on it and selecting a different icon. Since this one is related to reading, I'm going to pick the book. I'm going to press OK. And for now, I'm going to leave all the other options as they are, and I'm going to click the Save button. Okay, so now I see my habit here, read 10 pages, and I've got a series of circles over here on the right side. The biggest circle over to the farthest right is today's date. So if I want to say that I've read 10 pages today, I just click that circle. The other circles to the left of that one are the previous days. So if 2 days ago I read 10 pages, but I forgot to mark it, I can come in here and I can say, well, 2 days ago, I also read 10 pages, and I can click the box. Okay, so let's expand on this particular habit. I'm going to right click on it and press the edit button. And I'm going to change the goal. So instead of achieve it all, which it's currently set to, I'm going to check reach a certain amount. And by default, it comes in as 1 count per day, but I can also change that. So if I hit the down arrow, I can change 1, but I want this to be 10 because I'm reading 10 pages. So I can write in 10, and I can also change this count to be pages so it makes more sense to me. And then when checking, I can down arrow that. And so if I leave it as auto, it's going to increase incrementally by 1. So if I came in and checked the circle, it would go, I've completed 1 page. I can click the circle again, I've read 2 pages. Actually, let me just demonstrate that. I'm going to leave that as auto. I'm going to click the OK button, OK again, and save. And so now what you'll see is on today's date, since I've already clicked the circle 1 time, I have 1 out of 10 pages done. And if I click it again, I moved away too fast. We have 2 out of 10 pages. Click it again, 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10. So basically I have to click the circle each time I complete a page. That's not exactly what I want, so I'm going to go back into the edit options again. Back into the goal to the drop down. And down here to the 10 pages a day. Instead of when checking as auto, I'm going to make it as manual. Alright, and I'll click the OK button, OK again. So now my habit looks the same, but when I come in and click the circle, it kind of asks me, how many pages do you want to increase? So maybe I've already read 3 pages today, but I just got done reading 15 more pages. I can write in 15 pages. And so now my habit is completed for the day, since I reached my 10 pages. And the cool thing about it is I can click on the habit with a regular left click, and I can get some details about what's going on with this particular habit. So I can see, well, I've reached this goal a total of 2 times. My best streak right now is only 1 day. If I scroll down, I get a calendar view, so you can see I achieved it on the 27th. I also achieved it today on the 29th. Monthly, that's about a 7% check-in rate. And since I set my habit to be the number of pages rather than just each count, if I scroll down here, I can see on the 27th, I only read 1 page, but on the 29th, I read, let me scroll over here to the right, 18 pages. And so that's kind of cool about setting your habit in that manner, where you can actually track the total number of pages that you read. Because then you can get this graph where you can see, not only did I achieve my goal on this day, but I also surpassed it by a certain amount. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and edit my habit one more time. I'm going to go into the edit. There's another option down here that I also like, and it's called the auto pop-up of habit log. I'm going to go ahead and check that and hit the save button. So you may have noticed, or maybe not because my picture is kind of hiding it. Let me drag myself over just a little bit for a minute. You can see over here there's a habit log on November and there's no check-in thoughts for this month. But let me go check yesterday's date. So let's say I read some pages yesterday. Let's say I read 11 pages yesterday. Go ahead and click confirm. Since I checked that box, it's automatically going to pop up and ask me if I have any comments on that day. So I could say, read Moby Dick. It's starting to get good. And maybe I can select an icon if I want to. To be honest, I don't use these icons really. I kind of leave it as the default, but I could pick a different smiley face if I want to, and then click save. And so now, if you look over at the right side, you get my comment over here with the date that I made that comment on. So that's pretty cool, and you can keep track and keep a log of how you're doing and how you're feeling and different comments on that particular habit. So I think that's a pretty cool feature. Okay, so a couple other things that I want to show you on how you can configure your habit. If I right click and go into the edit menu again, frequency. So right now I have my habit set to daily, but let's say I don't want to read 10 pages every single day necessarily. I can click on that, and let's say I don't read on Saturday and Sunday really, so let me uncheck those days, hit OK. Now you can see my frequency is Monday through Friday. So that's one way to set it up. Another way to set it up is if you click on weekly, you can say, well, I don't care which particular days that I'm reading, but I at least want to read 4 days per week. And so you can set that as the frequency. Another cool thing is the section. So if I hit the down arrow on section, you can see I have some options: morning, afternoon, night. So if I click on morning, for example, that means I want to read my 10 pages in the morning. One thing it's going to do is it's going to set up a reminder. I can change this reminder from 9 to a different time. That's more to my liking if I don't like that one. Or I can remove the reminder completely by clicking the X in the upper right. But let's just leave that and hit the save button. Now I have a morning section of read 10 pages, and if I had some habits in my other sections like afternoon, evening, those would also show up here. And so that's a cool way to kind of organize your habits. Another thing I want to show you guys is, let me go over to my tasks and pull up my today view, because that's usually where I'm at when I'm working throughout my day. So in my today view, I have my list of tasks that are keyed up for today. But what I'd really like is that if I could have everything I need to do today, including any habits that I have. So right now, all I see is my tasks and I don't see any habits. But if I go back to the habit section, and I go up to the 3 dots, click the settings, this brings up habit settings, and there's only one option right now, but it's a good one. So it says show in today and next 7 days views. So it's unchecked right now, but if I check that, then I'll also see my habits in both of those views. Let me hit OK. And for this particular demonstration, I need to uncheck today's check-in. And it lets me know I'm going to reset for today, and that's fine. Now if I go to my tasks, pull up my today view, not only do I see my tasks for the day, but I also see my habits. So down here I see my read 10 pages. And I can mark it off right here. So let's say I read 8 pages. I can hit confirm. It shows me the progress. I've read 8 out of 10 pages today. Now let's say I read an additional 4 pages. All right, it pops up where I can leave my comment. So I can say the story is sad. Hit save. You'll also notice that my habit now is gone from my today view, because it's checked off for the day and I no longer need to see it. Well, that wraps up this video on habits. I've shown you how you can add a new habit, how you can configure habits to your liking, and also how you can set the system so that habits show up in your today view and your next 7 days view. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.